Hivers, welcome to Honeybee Stamping Hive, where a creative buzz is always in the air. I am Tashana Lundy, your independent Stampin' Up Demonstrator in Florida, serving customers all over the United States. And today, we're going to be making a cute card using the ink and tiled stamp set, along with the Inked Botanicals Designer Series paper, and the deckled circles dies and the stitched shapes dies, okay? Of course, before we get started on our project, we have to go over the buzzworthy business of the day. So let's start with our paper pumpkin kit for December 2023, all the best. This kit is going to make 9 cards, 3 each of 3 different designs, and it has a pebble path stamping spot, and you can subscribe to get this particular paper pumpkin kit between November 11th and December 10th, okay? Next up, we have our seasonal sale that's coming up on November 14th through the 16th. You'll get 10% off ribbons and trims, 15% off inks, and 20% off papers. Now, the inks does not include any ink bundles, okay? So that's, again, from November 14th through the 16th. So be looking out for that sale. And lastly, we have our host code. This is the code I want you to use whenever you're placing an order with me. Unless your order is $150 or more, don't use this host code because you'll qualify for Stampin' Rewards, and Stampin' Rewards equals free products from Stampin' Up, and I don't want you to miss out on any of your free perks. Okay, so that is all of our buzzworthy business. So let's get started on our project. So I want to let you know, I want to revisit this card from, I believe it was last week or a couple of days ago. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But the design, it's a cute card, but I just kept looking at it, and this is not what I had designed. And I found my paper that I designed this sketch on, and what I did was wrote down the wrong measurements. And it happens. So I am going to make this card again with different designer series paper and stamps. But we're going to be making 2 cards because I have another version of this layout that I want to show you. So let's start with the first card. We're going to have some designer series paper here. This is 3 3/4 by 5. Then we have a 1 inch by 3 7/8. Then we have a square here that is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And we're going to mat that all on some, what is this, Early Espresso cardstock. So let's get our glue here. Now this, for this designer series paper, the cardstock is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So everything is just an 1/8 inch bigger in measurement. Okay, so we're going to just layer everything with its mats. So this square is going to be 2 7/8 by 2 7/8. I know I have a lot of noise in the background today, but I'm late getting this video done, and people in my house are doing things. So, so for this one, we have cardstock that is 1 1/8 by 3 7/8. So it's going to be the same length, just a different width, because we just want the border. Let me show you at the top and bottom of the designer series paper. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take this piece, just like we did the last video, and we're going to layer it across the top of our card, except for it's not going to hang over. Okay. And then we're going to take our square. Let's just go ahead. And we are going to trying to see how I want this. We're going to put this on here about just like that. And then we're going to turn this over, and we're going to cut this portion that's hanging off. We're going to just cut that off, just like we did in the other one, except for, as you can see, the edge of the square lines up with the edge of this banner going across there. And that was the mistake I made. Okay, so we have some thick basic white here that is 4 1/4 by 11 scored at 5 1/2, and I've gone ahead and stamped our inside of our card. This is Lost Lagoon and one of the stamps from the stamp set, then some designer series paper to match that there. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and glue this down to our card base. Right in the middle here, like that. And then we're gonna do some stamping. So we're gonna take, I need some scrap paper. We're gonna get Lost Lagoon ink, and we're gonna take the leaf that's on the inside, and we're gonna stamp that off. And then just stamp it on our circle here. And by the way, this circle is from the Stitch Shaped dies. It is the 3rd circle from the center. Okay, that's all we need this ink for. Then we're going to get some Early Espresso. We're going to stamp our sentiment, Happy Birthday. I'm just going to put that right here like that. And we're going to add it to this Deckled Circles dies, and this is number 4. And we are going to, let's see, I'm going to do it flat, I think. Yeah. I'll pop this onto our Deckled Circle. Trying to get it centered there. Then we're going to add some Stampin' Dimensionals to the back of that. Get those out. And I'm using our black Stampin' Dimensionals just because this is a dark color, the Early Espresso. I should have put these a little better. Okay. Whoop. And then we're going to release all these backings. Come on. We'll take this, add it to our card about right here. And then I have some of the Neutrals Adhesive-Backed sequence. And we're going to put some brown sequence on our card here. I'm just going to use a few. I think that's good. And that card is done. Okay, so this is our first card, a birthday card. I think it's super cute. So again, let me show you the original one that I made the other day and the difference in the edges on the side where the square is. Okay, so let's go to our next card, which is basically the same but different measurements. So now we are going to get, we have some designer series paper here. We have a 3 1/8 by 4 3/8. A 2 1/2 inch squared, and then this is 3/4 of an inch, and we're going to cut this down. This is on this card. I'm going to show you why I made the mistake. So then we have our Early Espresso cardstock, and we're going to adhere all of these to the mats. So for the square, the 2 1/2 inch square designer series paper, it's going on a 2 5/8 mat. Just like that. Okay. Then we have this designer series paper is going to go on a mat of what is this? I said this was this 3 1/8. So the mat is going to be 3 1/4 and 4 1/2. Okay. So let's put this on here. It's hard to see the early espresso on this dark gray, so I'm holding it up. Okay, and then we're gonna add this to our early espresso, and this one is 7/8 inch, because this is the designer series paper is 3 1/4, so we're gonna do a 7/8 of an inch for the early espresso. Okay, so now we have that. So we are going to add in one more piece of cardstock, and it's Pool Party, and it's cut at 5 1/4 by 4, and we're going to mat this piece onto it right in the middle. Okay, we have that. Now we're going to add this piece. So I want this to hang over, not over the Pool Party, but over this. This is what I did on the last one. So I made the banner longer, but in my mind, since I'm always layering everything to go in the middle of it, I didn't push it to the side and cut it off even. Okay, so because like this one, if you're not paying attention, you would do it like this and leave it longer on the edges where you really just want it up to the edge right here. However, because we're going to be cutting it off, I can hang over the edges. Ooh, not all the way to the top, because I can just cut them off even. And that was the prop. Oh man, I forgot my silicone sheet. I forgot to cut them even on both sides. Okay. So this will be scraps. So that portion is done. Did I cut into my Pool Party? I did. Okay. So now let's add this. I should have added this and then cut, but it's okay. We're going to go ahead and add this square. About like that. We'll just have to cut again with our paper snips. Just like that. Okay, now this all is going to go onto our thick basic white card base that is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Let me make sure I get these glue in the corners. We don't want anything peeling up. And again, I have already gone ahead and stamped the inside and layered it with some designer series paper. So we're going to put this on like that. Okay, now we're going to do some more stamping for our sentiment. So let's get our scrap paper out, because I am going to be using some Calypso Coral and this little flower image here, and we're going to stamp off. And we're just going to stamp a little flower on our circle there. Then we're going to take our early espresso. We're going to get our sentiment that says hello friend. We're going to stamp this right there. And then we're going to do some layering. So I have the deckled circle here. This is the 3rd deckled circle from the center, as well as the 3rd stitch shaped circle from the center. And we're going to layer those together, and this is going to give the tiniest bit of border. And then we are going to, I think I want to pop this up. Let's go ahead and add some dimensionals. Our mini black dimensionals. Remove the backing from our dimensionals. I like the black because you can see you can actually see that you have removed the backings. You don't have to go around touching it. So I have another deckled circle here. This is number 4, and that's in Pool Party. And we're gonna set this on here like that. And we're gonna glue this part down flat. We're gonna put this about right there. Let's come down a bit. Just like that. Okay, and now it's just time for some bling. So let's get our sequence. And I'm gonna use the brown again. Should I use? Yeah, I think I better use the brown. So let's put one right here in the center of our flower. We can put one there and one about right here. Oh, it's sticking to my finger. Come back. Just like that, and we'll call this card done. Okay, so let me bring in the first card we made. So those are the 2 cards we made today. Here's the one from the other day, last week sometime, I believe it was, or it might have been Wednesday or Sunday. I'm not sure. Doesn't matter. But here's our cards, okay? That's it. That's all. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. And as always, I want to thank you for buzzing by the Hive today. Until next time, buzz you later. Bye.